Universal Access by Mackenzie Plum. Originally, my initial reactions to the words universal and access were that it's definitely easier said than done, or that it seems almost unattainable to get everyone to have everything, especially because I see in schools all the time that parents aren't doing their job. So sometimes I get discouraged and I think if only they would do their job, then I could do mine. Um, but then I really had to go back and think about why I actually chose to become a teacher. And that reason is for success. I want to see all of my students succeed, and when I do, it brings so much joy to my heart when I see that aha moment in a student. Um, so I want them to have success in my classroom, but not only that, but I want to see them succeed in life. I want to see them graduating from high school and going to college and getting jobs. I was really inspired by the Africa example, how in Africa they are really taking strides to lower the amount of students who are out of school and to get more of them in education so that they can be successful. So that was really inspirational to me. Next, I really had to think about what really is wrong. Is it the parents' fault, or is there something that the school can do to help even when parents aren't doing what they could or should be doing? There are so many teachers that care about their students and want to see them succeed, but it goes beyond just teaching in the short amount of time that they have them in their classroom. Some of the ways that schools can do this is through offering transportation, just getting students to be present at school is so important. So offering buses, offering something, maybe a before school or an after school program for parents who have jobs and they can't get their kids to school, but they can drop them off at school early or come and pick them up late just so that the student is there. Additionally, whether or not they are physically present doesn't mean that their mind is present. So offering food, breakfast or lunch, free or reduced for both of those is so important that the students can be healthy, and giving them opportunities to be active and run and just be healthy human beings will help their brains and help them to do better in school and have the energy to do so. Some inspiration, some things that kids like that inspire them to continue. So often I see that students love their coaches, they love their after school activities, maybe more than what they're learning in school. And if those are areas that are helping them to reach their highest goals, then that's really important that they get those opportunities. In my experience and in the readings that I had to do, talked about the elective course. Some people think that the elective course is not important, but giving students opportunities to explore something that they're interested in is really important. But many students who are low, who have to go to a special day class or an ELD course, don't get an opportunity to have an elective class because there isn't room in their schedule. So there were some ideas out there that I read about having some after-school enrichment, whether that's through the school or through the teacher, but giving opportunities for students to do drama or do chess or science experiments after school could give them that opportunity that they don't have during school. Additionally, you need to have transportation in order to have that universal access that we're looking for. I was reading about Dana Middle School and how they have a safe place after school for enrichment for art specifically, where they're drawing murals and they're allowing their culture to really be shown and demonstrated around the campus, which I just thought was so wonderful. And it gives them a safe place to go after school that they think is cool, they think is fun, and it saves them from getting in any sort of dangerous encounters outside of the classroom. Also, I was inspired, or I found inspiration for how students can be inspired by going on college campus tours. Now, this is more in the high school level, but seeing students, hearing from students who have graduated and who've gone on to college and are thriving can be really inspirational to current students to really step up and work hard. Additionally, they were talking about how there's one-on-one tutoring, um, and how they originally had college students come and do the tutoring, but eventually they had current students step up and take that leadership role. And in the reading, it talked about how important that leadership and that responsibility is for students. Continuing with peers, having having peers is just crucial, because as much as teachers have a huge influence on the students, their friends are who they see just about as often. So I love the ideas of having buddies, peer tutors, accountability. They can set goals together. Again, I'm repeating myself a little bit, but having that leadership and encouragement from a peer can really encourage students to continue. But this is just a start. This is universal access, which is a huge thing to tackle. There's a lot more that can happen inside the classroom that I didn't even touch on, like differentiation, fair discipline, interactive activities, reaching the GATE learners, reaching the special needs students and the ELD students all in one class. But if we all reach for small parts of it, where our strengths are, then we really can make a difference. Thank you for listening.